Hello you all and Happy New Year. This is Jennifer Lynn Adams and welcome to Tuesday Talks, where I try to come on here every Tuesday and talk to you guys. The goal of these talks is to talk about everything that has to do with being extra-abled. My goal is that I would get the conversation started and you guys would keep the conversation going in the comments. Of course, this video is meant for anyone who's watching, so hi, hello. And today what I want to talk to you guys about is starting the new year right, but more so than that, building a foundation to have a successful year and a successful life in general. I think this is the time of year, I know, this is the time of year that we're all kind of looking back, we're reviewing last year, we're thinking about how we want to make this year better. We're thinking about how we want to make our lives better. At least most of us are, I think. I know there are some people who really don't care about that kind of stuff. But if you do care about that kind of stuff, keep watching, because in this video, I'm going to share my word for the year. And I'm also going to give you some tips on how to lay a foundation for having a successful year. Okay, so my word for the year is steady. Now, this is very strategic because the last few years of my life have not felt steady. They have been like very unsteady. You know, I think all of us have felt that way, but the last few years, I feel like what God has been doing in my life is kind of like working on the foundation of me and of my life and what I'm building. And a lot of it was sort of tearing up, like if you were renovating a house and, you know, kind of tearing up the places that needed to be rebuilt. Let's just put it that way, that needed to be strengthened, to be renewed. And it is a very challenging process. I think if you want to be the best version of you, you have to be willing to go through that uncomfortable renovation. So the last few years have been renovation, you know, a lot of dust, a lot of chaos, a lot of inconveniences, a lot of crying, a lot of panic attacks. Anyway, but I do feel like I am in a more stable place now in my life. And I feel like this is very recent. Like even in the last couple of months, it's almost like I just feel calmer and more at peace with myself, with where I'm going in life, with who I'm choosing to be, how I'm choosing to show up. There's still things to work on, but in general, just calmer and more stable. And so that's why stable is my word for the year. Okay, so now for you to build stability in your life, there are 3 things I want to share with you to work towards success in your life. The first thing is to give your life to Jesus, because he is the one, he is the true Savior, he is the rock. If you don't know him, I really strongly urge you to read the book of John in the Bible. You can go online and order a Bible. It's so easy to do now. So if you are not a Christian and you're thinking, you know what, my life is a mess, I don't like where it's going, I don't feel good, I keep messing up and I keep just doing things that destroy my relationships and myself, and I want to build a better life. That's the first place to start, is to give your life to Jesus, to surrender and say, I'm a sinner and I need you to forgive me and save me. That's the first place to start. The next place to start is sobriety. And I tell everyone, whether it's in a secular message or a Christian message, that sobriety is the foundation of mature adulthood. Sobriety is the foundation of success. If you are addicted to a substance, alcohol, marijuana, nicotine, whatever it is, caffeine, then you will not have stable ground under you to be successful. Because the more that you feed addiction, the more you feed instability. And it's just, addiction is like the sticks and the straw. It doesn't hold up under the storms. It might make you feel temporarily a little better, but in the long run, it kind of weakens you. It weakens your immune system, your body, your mind. So I would say wherever you're starting with sobriety, you may need to, even if you're saying like, there's no way that I can get out of my addictions alone. There's so many resources out there. There are online resources. If you need to go to rehab, if that's a step you feel you need to take to get sober, those resources are available too. And the thing is growth is at first very uncomfortable. It might even be boring. It's, growth sometimes is just a long, long time of just being like, is this even working? And then suddenly you feel better. And it's worth it, you guys. It is worth it to get sober. Now, I'm not heaping shame on you. No. We don't get better from shame. We get better by acknowledging, okay, I have a problem. Just like they say in AA. I am an alcoholic, or I am a whatever-aholic, and I need assistance. I need help. I need accountability. It's a great place to start. The first place to start with acknowledging that you have an addiction that you want to get sober from is to really sit with yourself as much as you possibly can and ask yourself, what is this addiction medicating? Because that's why there is no shame in having an addiction problem, because it's likely due to something that wasn't even your fault to begin with. Maybe there was abuse. Maybe there was trauma in your past. Maybe you went through something that really traumatized you, and the addiction is helping you soothe. And that is what we crave when we are drawn to addictions like over drinking or just anything we're overdoing. It's because deep inside we feel scared, we feel insecure, we feel unstable, we feel upset in some way, and maybe even you're having sleep problems or anxieties and things like that, and these addictions kind of in the moment temporarily calm you down, and that is understandable. So in order to move out of addiction, it's important to move into something that replaces that addiction. And to me, that is why I love God so much. And whenever I feel like I'm drawn to something that's addicting, I go straight into worship, because when I turn on worship music, it's like it calms me down. Or open the Bible and start reading in the Psalms and Proverbs, just to instead of grabbing a beer, or instead of smoking a cigarette or smoking weed, do some, sit and meditate and breathe. Another thing that I believe is really important for getting sober is to eat healthy, because a lot of times what addictions are is it's actually your body saying it needs nutrients. So if you are vitamin deficient, then your body's going to be giving off warning signals, which makes you feel kind of anxious and on edge. So if you're filling those nutrient needs with alcohol or nicotine or whatever, that's actually depleting your reservoir even more. So start working on eating healthy and move, exercise. Start moving your body, because that also releases endorphins. It helps process anxieties. Journal. Because the more that you can get what's going on up here out on paper, the less anxieties you have to medicate. Another thing I suggest is to start taking a magnesium supplement. I'll share what I take in the comments below, because magnesium is really good for calming your nerves and helping you feel better. So that's a good place to start. So I feel like this video has already gone on long enough. So that's all I'm going to share with you today, is to start your year with a goal of sobriety. And I think that's a great place to start. I think all of us probably, you don't have to be addicted to a substance to have something that maybe you're overdoing that you can pull back on, and replace it with something that's better for you. There you go, you guys. I am starting the year with the word steady, and I hope for you that you move into sobriety and that leads you to more success in your life. Thanks for being here for Tuesday Talks. I'll see you again.